She moved to a peaceful town for a fresh start, but by the time she realized the town was watching her, it was already too late. The messages, the threats, the disappearance of the man she loved. Everything led to one terrifying truth. Someone in Serendale knew her family's darkest secret and was willing to kill to keep it buried. But the real shock? The man who tried to end her life didn't die in the explosion. He walked away from it. And now he's coming for her. My name is Riley Hartman, and 38 years of surviving, rebuilding, sacrificing, and holding broken family pieces together collapsed in a single sentence. My fiancé doesn't want you there. She thinks you're pathetic. Those words came from my younger brother, the same boy I practically raised, 10 seconds before he hung up on me. And just like that, 15 years of devotion, protection, and unconditional support were tossed into a fire. But maybe I should start at the beginning of the unraveling. I had just finished a long Friday meeting and slipped into my usual cafe, the small brick-walled place on the corner of 9th and Ash. It smelled like cinnamon, burnt espresso, and something warm I could never quite identify. I ordered my regular, a caramel Americano, and settled into the booth by the window. My phone buzzed. Instagram. A notification from an account I barely interacted with anymore. I opened it and felt my pulse jolt. There he was, Evan Hartman, my 29-year-old brother, looking sharp in a tailored black tuxedo, kissing a woman in a flowing lace dress under a string of golden lights. Her name was Marissa Lane, a rising lifestyle influencer who treated every room like a photo shoot. The caption read, "The best day of my life. Eternally yours, my love." At first, I thought it was some staged engagement shoot, but then I swiped and saw it. Entire wedding albums, ceremony photos, vows, cake cutting, a rooftop reception downtown. Hundreds of smiling faces. None were mine. My hand shook so severely the mug almost toppled. No call. No text. No invitation. Not even a warning. I refreshed the page, hoping it was some cruel misinterpretation. But it wasn't. The comments were exploding. Congratulations. Marissa, you look stunning. Evan, what a gorgeous wedding. Where was your sister? That last one made my chest tighten. I hit call. Voicemail. I called again. Voicemail. Third time. Fourth. Fifth. By the 7th attempt, anger began scraping at the edges of my composure. On the 8th, someone finally answered, but it wasn't Evan. Her. What now? Marissa's voice was sharp enough to slice through metal. We're busy. Speak fast. Put my brother on, I said, keeping my voice steady. Marissa laughed, a cold, clipped sound. Oh, you. Listen, Evan doesn't need you ruining his vibe. He just had the happiest day of his life, and we don't need your controlling energy. I felt something inside me twist. Controlling? I said softly. I didn't even know there was a wedding. Silence. 1, 2, 3 seconds. Then she said it. Because I didn't want you there. I froze. You smother him, she continued. Always pay for everything so you can feel superior. It's pathetic, honestly. And Evan is finally done with it. My chest tightened. He said that. In the background, I heard Evan's voice, faint but unmistakable. Marissa, give me the phone. She didn't. Instead, she raised her voice, projecting for him and for me. We're adults now, Riley. We don't need your money or your approval. We're building our own life. Without you. I inhaled slowly. The condo you're unpacking in, I said quietly, is paid for by me. Every monthly mortgage, every tax bill, every utility, and the $30,000 European study fund I saved for his graduate exchange program. That's mine too. Marissa snorted. Evan has sponsorships lined up. Brands love us. The condo? We'll take it over. The fund? Consider it a wedding gift. A wedding gift. My years of sacrifice reduced to a bow-tied offering. My voice trembled, not with fear, but with rage so cold it felt like ice forming in my bloodstream. Put him on the phone. Now. Evan finally came on. His voice was tired. Riley, she's right. You've helped a lot. but it comes with strings. I want to live my own life, without you dictating everything. Dictating? I whispered. I raised you. He exhaled. And now I'm asking you to let me go. Marissa cut in again, venom sweetened by arrogance. Don't call again unless it's to congratulate us properly.
Bye. Click.
Silence. I stared at the call log. 8 attempts. 1 connection. No closure. Something in me snapped. If they wanted independence, I'd give them independence. But on my terms. I left the cafe, drove across town, and arrived at the condo, the luxury crosswinds loft I bought for Evan after he graduated engineering school. But tonight, I wasn't stepping in as the supportive sister. Tonight, I was stepping in as the sole legal owner. I marched down the hall and knocked firmly. The door cracked open. Marissa stood there in leggings and a robe, holding a phone at her side like she was ready to record the entire confrontation. Evan lingered behind her, avoiding my eyes. What do you want? Marissa asked. I'm here for a private conversation with my brother. Anything you can say in front of me, she snapped. Evan sighed. Riley, it's late. No. I cut in. We're doing this now. Marissa folded her arms. Then talk. I looked directly at Evan. You let her call me pathetic, I said quietly. After everything I've done. Explain that to my face. He swallowed hard. It's not like that. I need space from you. You always. Always what? I stepped closer. Always made sure you had food after Mom died? Always worked 2 jobs so you didn't end up dropped into the system? Always paid every bill so you could focus on school? Always gave you everything I never had. Marissa lifted her phone slightly, recording. I stared right into her lens. Post it, I said. Let everyone see who funded your fairy tale. Evan winced. Riley, please don't. Don't what? Hold you accountable. A door down the hall opened. A neighbor peeked out, filming shamelessly. Marissa smirked.
See?
You're making a scene. Again. I felt the humiliation burn, the betrayal sting, the heartbreak crack. But I kept my voice calm. Enjoy your evening, I said. Truly. Then I turned. Because the real war would be fought somewhere else, where my name wasn't just sister but owner. I went home, brewed the strongest coffee I had, opened my laptop, and began my audit. Asset, value, legal owner. Crosswinds Loft Condo, $360,000 sole owner. Riley Hartman European Graduate Fund, $30,000 owner. Riley Round-Trip Europe Tickets, $7,600 cardholder. Riley Utilities, all under my name insurance, under my name car title, under my name subscriptions, under my name savings accounts, mine. In total, I had contributed over $400,000 to my brother's life. I saved the document as financial exposure, termination plan. Then I called someone I knew could guide me through every step. Morgan Tate, corporate attorney and old college friend. She picked up groggy. Riley, it's nearly midnight. I need legal removal options, I said. Fast. I read her the list. Morgan whistled softly. He has no legal claim to any of this.
None.
If everything is titled to you, you can cut every tie today. Any loopholes? I asked. Only if you signed a gift contract. Did you?
No.
Then wipe it all clean, she said. You're protected. I exhaled slowly. Not relief. Not victory. Just clarity. Morgan emailed me legal templates within minutes, termination notices, withdrawal forms, asset transfer documents. I printed everything, signed every page, scanned them back, and placed the stack in a folder labeled Execution, Phase 1. By dawn, I had a plan so airtight it could suffocate an entire future. Their independence began the moment banks opened. At 9 a.m., I made the first move. The airline. Both Europe tickets canceled. Refund, $5,300. The 529 style education fund. Withdrawn entirely. Penalty paid. Net deposit, $27,000 to my account. The condo. Listed for sale by noon. Open house scheduled. Multiple offers within hours. All while my brother and his new wife unpacked their independent life in a place that legally wasn't theirs. By lunchtime, I had severed 27 financial connections. By mid-afternoon, I sent one final text to his number. You wanted freedom? I'm giving it to you. Do not contact me again. Then I blocked him. I blocked Marissa. I scrubbed their photos. I shut every door. Hours bled into days. Days into weeks. Weeks into months. And my life, the life I had pushed aside for years, blossomed. I earned a major promotion to senior strategy director. I traveled. I hiked. I made new friends. I breathed. Then one quiet afternoon, 4 months later, an unknown number flashed on my phone. Against better judgment, I answered. A sniffle. A shaky voice. Riley, it's me. Evan. My brother sounded destroyed. And the final unraveling of everything he'd built without me began. Night fell over Serendale with a heaviness that felt deliberate, as if the sky itself knew secrets were about to erupt. Elara stood beside the large kitchen window, staring at the reflection of her own trembling hands. The house felt too quiet, too expectant,
Too aware.
Lucas wasn't home yet. Her mind kept replaying the last words he had spoken before stepping out. I think we're closer to the truth than we realize. The truth. But whose truth? And at what cost? The old legends about the vanished villagers had slipped into her dreams every night, but now they felt less like folklore and more like warnings. A sudden vibration from the kitchen counter made her flinch. Her phone. A message. From an unknown number. You should have left when you had the chance. Elara's stomach dropped. Her pulse thundered against her ribs. Someone had been watching them. Someone knew she wasn't alone in uncovering the secrets buried under Serendale's charm. Before she could respond, a second message arrived. Lucas won't make it home tonight if you keep digging. She froze. Another message. This time, a location pin. A warehouse on the outskirts of town. Her blood ran cold, but her determination ignited. She grabbed her coat, locked the door, and drove into the storm without thinking twice. She wouldn't lose Lucas. Not again. Not like this. The warehouse stood like a dead, hulking shadow at the edge of a forgotten field. Elara killed the headlights and crept toward the side entrance, her breath visible in the biting air. A muffled shout reached her ears. Lucas. She slipped inside. The dim interior revealed a chilling sight. Lucas tied to a metal chair, bruised yet conscious, and before him stood a man she recognized but wished she didn't. Elias Mercer, the town council's charismatic golden boy. The one who had always welcomed the newcomers. The one who always appeared too eager to help. The one who had been overly interested in her background. Elias turned, his expression darkened with a twisted mixture of triumph and frustration. Ah, he said softly. You're earlier than I expected. Elara, don't come closer. Lucas warned, his voice rough from shouting. But she stepped forward anyway. What do you want from us, Elias? She demanded. His smile slipped into something colder. Want?
No.
This is about what I can't let you take. He circled them slowly, as though rehearsing a confession he had waited years to deliver. Serendale has survived because people like me protected its legacy. Outsiders don't understand what balance means. They come, they dig, they expose. And when people expose too much, like those villagers decades ago, the town loses its power. Lucas glared at him. You made them disappear. Elias stopped walking. They were warned. They refused to listen. His eyes flicked to Elara. Just like you. But why us? She asked. Because you didn't arrive by accident, Elara, Elias replied. I know who you are. I know where you come from. And you, more than anyone, can destroy what I've built. Her breath caught. How do you know about my past? Elias chuckled. Oh, I know everything. And then, from the shadows, another figure stepped out.
Arya.
Elara gasped. Her younger sister. The one she had believed was still abroad. The one who had vanished from her life 2 years ago. But Arya looked different.
Worn.
Guilty. Elara, I'm so sorry. Her voice broke. I didn't know he would take it this far. What are you doing here? Elara whispered. I owed him, Arya whispered. He helped me when I was drowning in debts. I promised him information about you, about our family, but I never meant for any of this. Elias stepped between them. She was quite helpful, actually, until she grew a conscience. Arya's hands shook. I didn't know he was capable of hurting people, Elara. I swear. Lucas strained against the ropes. Enough. Elias, if this is about power, legacy, or whatever twisted nonsense you believe, then let her go. Let all of us go. Elias sighed. Lucas, you sweet fool. This isn't about power. It's about control. The town survives because I control what needs to remain hidden. He lifted a small remote from his pocket. And I cannot allow you three to leave. A sharp beep echoed in the room. The warehouse door locked behind them. Fear surged through Elara, but she stood firm. You think killing us will protect your secrets? She said. It will destroy the town. No, Elias replied coolly. It will preserve it. Arya stepped closer to Elara, tears streaking her face. Elara, I know where the keys are, and I know the layout. I can help us escape. Elias heard and smiled. You think I didn't anticipate betrayal? He pressed another button. A countdown beep filled the warehouse.
A bomb. Crude but deadly.
For minutes, Elara lunged toward Lucas, heart pounding. Arya rushed to help. Elias tried to block them, but Lucas kicked him off balance, giving the sisters just enough time to untie the knots. Run! Lucas shouted. They sprinted toward the metal staircase Arya pointed out. Elias roared behind them, firing a warning shot from a concealed gun. Elara! Lucas shouted, pulling her behind a crate as the bullet ricocheted. They had less than 3 minutes. Arya scrambled ahead, unlocking a maintenance door that led to a ventilation shaft. This way, she urged. Lucas climbed in after her. Elara followed. Elias came into view just as she pulled the grate shut. Elara, he shouted, veins bulging with rage. You can run, but you will never outrun the truth. She stared back at him with steady eyes. I'm not running from the truth, she said quietly. I'm revealing it. They fled through the narrow shaft as the beeping accelerated. And then, a deafening explosion shook the earth beneath them. Sunlight filtered through the curtains of an unfamiliar room. Elara blinked awake, head heavy. Lucas was sitting beside her bed, exhaustion etched into his features, but relief shining in his eyes. You made it, he whispered. She sat up slowly. Where's Arya? The door opened. Her sister walked in, arm wrapped in bandages, but alive. Elara, I'm so sorry, Arya murmured. Elara pulled her into a long, trembling embrace. It's over, she whispered. It's finally over. But Lucas' expression tightened. Elara, they found something in the warehouse rubble. Her heart skipped. He handed her a charred piece of metal, something that survived the blast.
A key.
Engraved with a symbol. The same symbol that appeared on the documents her mother left behind years ago. The symbol tied to their family. Elara, Lucas said softly, I think this goes deeper than Elias. I think your past is more connected to Serendale than we realized. A chill slid down her spine. Before she could respond, a knock sounded at the door. A uniformed investigator stepped inside. Ms. Hale, he said, we need to speak with you. There's something you need to see. Elara exchanged a glance with Lucas and Arya. What is it? She asked. The investigator hesitated. It's about Elias Mercer, he said quietly. His body wasn't found. The room fell silent. Completely silent. Elara's pulse hammered. Lucas spoke first. What do you mean it wasn't found? He was inside. The investigator shook his head. The blast destroyed most of the structure. But we found footprints leading away from the debris. Elara's breath hitched. Footprints. Leaving the scene. The investigator continued. And there's one more thing. He handed her a piece of torn paper recovered from Elias's files. Just one sentence written in bold ink. The Hale bloodline must never uncover the final truth. Elara felt her world tilt. Her family name. Her past. The hidden connection to Serendale. Elias is still alive. The secrets are still buried. Lucas took her hand. Elara, whatever this is, we'll face it together. She squeezed his hand back, her fear slowly sharpening into resolve. No, she whispered. We will uncover everything. She looked at the burned key. At the symbol her family had carried for generations. At the footprints leading away from the explosion. The truth wasn't finished with her. Not even close. As Elara stepped out into the sunlight, she didn't see the man watching from the ridge.